Go. Hi guys, welcome back to episode 3 of
Two.
Welcome back to episode 3 part 2 of part 2.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
Yes.
It Moamis.
I am your host, Nani Kaila Kagasi.
I'm Terry Wangare and I'm so happy to be back. Akiwa say what?
Let's bring back our guests first. We start from the far right.
Hi, I'm the far right. Hi, it's me again, G, the wise one here.
And
many times.
Brains.
The brains.
And to my far left.
Yeah. It's your boy, the Kiariwe.
Hey. Kumuna, shout out. You're shouting out to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, guys, our episode 2, if you haven't watched, the topic is how the youth deal with heartbreaks in both friendships and relationships. And Kiaria explained his part of his story, and G spoke about her side. And we are now back, and we are starting today's conversation with my co-host. Inafaa atueleze.
Okay.
Utuambie, tufahamishe.
Nakumbuka tu akishana kiniambia, Terry, mlituacha wapi?
Tuliwacha hanging. Sasa hebu wamalizie story. Hebu have you ever?
So I was saying I was clowning.
Oh, you clown.
I was clowning. My brother and my sister. So, so in short,
you were supposed to set your conversation.
Let me just keep it short and brief.
Mm-hmm.
In short, things moved on. Niliachwa in the past. I was dating myself, and that's how it was. And anyway, life is very funny because every day brings a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it happened to me, it was so like nilishtuka. I wasn't expecting something like that. Plus tezi babo jinga tena. Anyway, sasa even ndo tu kulienda, and we parted our ways, and nothing, like me hata sina bad blood.
And how did you deal with the breakup?
Honestly, at first I talked to my friend.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to my best friend at the time, and
I do not break up na best friend. Where of the time.
Just I broke up with my best friend.
My best friend of the time, meaning
at the time. See like that. Wacha kunifanyia.
So break up your friendship, utatuambia.
Like I for me, I deal with my problems by speaking them out.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when I keep things to myself, I just get to bottle up feelings that I'm not able to express. But if I talk about things, I feel better. So at that time, I talked to my friend, and she was really helpful. And honestly, she helped me like cross that whole thingy.
Okay, so was that the first relationship you were in, like the serious one?
I can say yes.
So definitely that was a very big bang to you.
It was, because it's not that ningekaa tu chini nifikire, like when you enter in a relationship, you don't look at the side, like the side where things can go wrong. Exactly. So you just look at the positive, and then unajua vitu ziki happeningi, like you guys just part ways and you become strangers. You don't even see like uko tu guy kuliendaje.
And for the period you were hurting.
I was hurting. I cried.
How long did it take you to
recover? For real, like
but it took me like to cry.
To cry. I actually let out pain by crying or talking it out. Talk it out. Anyway, so like to be very honest, it took like 3 months. Miss Jimwana
ilini siku moja umeamka kesho.
Siku 3 wewe. Kama Yesu.
Let me correct it. It took 3 months to like agonize and be all that. Like I took 3 months to feel it in, accept it, and be like, okay, Terry, by the way, imeisha, hakuna kitu hakuna kurudi nyuma. By the way, ikisha imeisha, hakuna haja kushinda hata unajua the more you kasirika, ama the more you feel the grudge or like the heart in you, the more you don't let go of things. So at the time I was like, hey, it's time for you to just accept the fact that you have to move on. Things happen, people come and go, people serve a purpose in your life, and it applies to friends, it applies to boyfriends, it applies to anyone, even family members. Honestly, at this point I learned that a dear family member who's literally stressing you, you can literally cut them off. Doesn't mean ati exactly imaanisha ti kwa sababu mtu ni family member pia anafaa kukula kichwa. So the time I was like, I just have to brace myself, be a better version of who I am, learn from the mistakes I made, learn from whatever experience that I had.
A question, do you think you made any mistake in the relationship that you have to learn from it?
I also have a question. Hii time yote kijana alikuwa afanya nini? Alikuwa ajaribu ku make things right ama
no, he had someone else. And it was literally everywhere, and I chose not to believe it's true, so that's what happened.
Lakini acha niwapatie summary. Uteri
Uteri
anaambiwa ati Teri nasikia anakucheza na G. Sasa mimi naambia Teri Teri yako you know what, no, alafu namuonyesha hadi namuonyesha kama look at these people, look at the way they're hanging out. Teri is like they're just friends until the day
ni wale wa I know him better
na Kiari mwenyewe kama ako pamoja na G.
Wait, what? The guy is the one who
So you see the way you send streaks alafu umetumia mtu mwenye ife utumie. Basi kakutana na Teri.
Hii ilikuwa intentional. Hakuna venye unaweza niambia eti hii.
Labda akupa unajua hiyo ilikuwa tu siku ya 40.
Anyway, you know what? You know what that was? Okay, for the mistake I did is communication. Like I felt like as if I never used to communicate better. If like there's a problem, it used to be like nitaiacha tu iende, or like if I have a problem with him or like something that is happening, I won't talk about it. So I'll just let it.
And that made you build up that
a lot of things. Exactly.
So wakati lilipuka uka blast yote.
Imagine, funny enough, I've never gotten closure. I don't even know what happened.
Because you've never seeked for the closure.
So it will still be hurting you until...
It's not hurting me. Like, it's not.
But the fact that you still want closure, means...
I haven't said I want closure. He's asked me, like, kama nili bust it. Or so, like, maybe talking it to him about it.
Yeah,
no, I never did. See, that's what you mean. Yeah. So I'm saying I didn't seek closure because I didn't want it. Because the last time I remember is... we also had closure before this last time ndo kuka happen hivyo. So I was like, we can't just keep on having closure and closure and closure, you know. As much as people say closure is good, it's also not good.
Where do you know Naji?
Jia amenyamaza leo.
Ukienda amenyamaza elders anataka kutoa maneno ya elders.
I'm talking to the ancestors.
Like, do you feel like it's right to seek closure?
What does closure mean to you guys? Would just tell me.
Personally, make an answer,
madam.
I feel like closure is when you want to find out what was the cause, or like
what made
exactly what's the cause. Mbona hata kama mbona bedhe kulienda hivyo, as in mimi niko na my story, uko na your story, and
then the audience have their story,
and exactly. So it's either to kuja pamoja, we meet the stories and know where the cause is, because definitely at the end of the day, as much as mtu anajonga kuna makosa, hakuna ile siku yenye mtu ataitikia ni mimi nilifanya. Ni ukweli. Hadi mwizi anasemanga that
it takes maturity for one to own up to something
and that's
wrong
true.
They've done.
Personally I accept my mistakes.
Same. Do you?
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay, kwanza niko na swali moto, ushai cheat?
No. I'm a loyal black man.
Ayo nayo naweza mtetea. Huyu ni
loyal.
When you love someone you don't simp. Acha na hawa. Yes,
you always
simping.
cheat.
Huh?
Azi.
Oh, Terry Wangari.
Actually, wait. I didn't cheat,
Hey.
but it's a situation whereby the guy came on to me. It wasn't forceful, but physical. They were physical. I stopped it, but the guy came on to me. So Mimi, good thing with me, I'm very open. Nilienda tu nikajisnitch. Nikamwambia, hey, by this kiza,
Kulienda hivi.
kuna venye aliniangukia. Alitegwa
Design gani?
akanibusu.
Na ukambusu pia au.
Wow, when you do
Then
that,
okay, then
it
according
means
to me, you
wanted
didn't
it.
cheat.
Yeah, because you see, it wasn't, I didn't
Yeah,
put myself in that situation. It just happened. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time,
Yeah,
and something
the wrong
happened.
person.
But then you see, if I would have considered it cheating if I decided to be quiet about it all through. But nilienda nikajisnitch. Anyway, this story for closure, me, I don't know. I feel like closure doesn't make sense to me. If someone did something wrong to you, they knew what they were doing and why they were doing it.
Exactly.
For you to go back and go re-hurt yourself by trying to find out why they had to do it in the first place, I think it's just self-destructive.
So what are you saying we should do? We
I
should
feel
just
like-
keep quiet about
No,
it.
you shouldn't keep quiet.
Mhm.
Speak your mind. Let them know how that person made you feel at that time and walk out. Don't wait for them to explain, because them explaining to you why they hurt you is just telling you, by the way,
Yeah.
you don't mean that much to me, and I did this to you because it just so happens you're not that valuable to me.
Exactly, and I agree.
You
Right.
don't matter that much for me to respect you and put you on this pedestal. That's why I've brought you down, and that's why I did this to you.
But on my side, I don't think I do agree with that. Mi ni mtu napenda kujua, by the way.
It's okay.
Mi napenda kujua.
That
I will-
curiosity is fine. But then, you see, okay, personally, siezi taka you hurt me twice. When you
But
were doing
for
what
me,
you were
when
doing,
I
you
am
knew.
making, let me tell you, when I am making the step of asking you
Yeah,
what
that-
happened, definitely I don't put myself in a position where I am hurting myself over and over again. I am doing that so that if in
Ujue.
any case I made a mistake in the relationship, that is not something that I'll carry to my next relationship. That is something I'll sit down, look at it and correct it before I walk into my next relationship. If it's something I can work on, then I will work on it. But if it's something I can't work on it, I will. If there is potential between me and the next person I am supposed to be with,
Yeah.
I will tell this person, my previous relationship didn't work because of this, this, and this. This is my baggage.
Let
If
me
you're
ask you
willing
something.
if you feel like you will accept me with what I come with, then it's okay. If you can't accept me with whatever I'm coming with, then
G.
Let me ask you something. Do you seek closure to perfect something
You
or a
didn't do.
mistake you didn't do in your past, or do you seek closure to clear your mind?
I seek closure for both.
Okay, thanks.
That
Ngoja, I
makes
have a
sense.
question
That
for
makes
her.
sense.
But I have a question for her. Do you feel like, I feel like sometimes watu kutafutililia as much as you'd know that enyemi kama Camilla, I'm not the best person. Yes, I know I make few of mistakes, most of the mistakes, or like whatever. But when it comes to when someone makes it, it's all ni wewe kila wakati, wewe ndo unafanya makosa kila wakati. And as much as you wanted to seek the closure, he'd be like reopening the wounds, ile yenye wewe ndio unajua nilifanya hivi, but he says like he won't own up to whatever he's doing. Wewe ndo unakwanga makosa every time. It's Camille hivi kosana.
But let me tell you, if
Before
it's-
you answer, do you know the higher percentage of the people who seek closure are women? Why? We've been oppressed emotionally so bad that we feel like we're always the ones at fault, or he did this to me because
Exactly.
I'm
I know,
like this.
That's what I mean.
But let
I
me tell you, let me-
disagree.
And it's wrong.
I
It's
disagree.
wrong. Why do you disagree?
let me tell you, even if he tells me this happened because you did this, this happened because you did that, this happened because you did whatever, at the end of the day, I know myself. I know how it worked. If we put a third party to listen to what we have to say, that third party, and is a choose school, lean on his side or my side. But at the end of the day, I know myself. I know the truth that is within me, that during this situation, I tried on my side to do this, but this is how he reacted on it.
But
The
how
same
many
way
people?
Mhm.
How many people will you be explaining yourself to all the time?
I don't have to explain myself to anyone.
But that
I
is
have to seek
explaining
closure.
That
I am
is
seeking
justifying
closure.
yourself.
Let me tell you.
Exactly. Me, I don't really.
Okay,
me
I have a
agree
question.
on closure.
I have a question to all of you. Kiaji,
Mm-hmm.
do you talk to your exes?
Hey.
Yeah. Okay. Last time I said I don't talk to them, but I realized that you don't have to. If you did not live with bad blood, you can make things like just asking you about how you're doing. Yeah. Like things like that.
Okay, Terry, do you talk to your exes?
Unasema exes nika niko na 150. Anyway.
Sijui ni wangapi?
Personally, I have, and it's not on an often basis thingy, but once in a while, just asking if we ask each other how you're doing and stuff, because at the end of the day, kuna venye hata ishangi vibaya and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
And G, do you talk to your exes?
One.
You talk to one of your exes?
Yeah.
Why don't you talk to all of them?
Why don't I talk to all of them? Because they want me back. And it's weird.
they always want you back.
Okay, so for me, I talk to all of them. Hata sijui ni wangapi.
Wait.
Sorry.
I talk to all of them. And the reason I talk to all of them is because it's not like when we were in the relationship, we were friends, we were best friends. And us not being in a relationship doesn't mean I should erase him and I should erase me. You get?
That's because you started your relationship on a friendship basis. And
Yeah.
a lot of people don't do that. That's why they're not friends with their exes.
Yeah, and let me tell you, it's cause I do have a forgiving heart. Uliza msichana hapa. I might be angry at you, but my anger won't like last at forever. Huyu alinikosea. Let me tell you, imefika saa yangu ya kuexplain kama nishaikuwa na break up. As in that is let me move close. Let me
Yake hadi inaumiza roho kuliko
Let me
yangu.
tell you.
Ulolololo.
For me,
5 years.
I was in a relationship for 5 years. And what this guy did, okay, najua watu kwa na maswali ati kwani ulianza kudate kama unatoshanaje?
I was about to ask you that.
Kwani but you don't worry about it. I just know jua tu nilikuwa nishaanza kunyesha meaning I was a grown up. And it was for 5 years. And what this guy did, he had the audacity, not the audacity, the audacity to go and sleep with my friend. My closest friend.
Your
You
best
get?
friend.
Yeah, my close friend.
Oh.
And neza sema huyo ni mtu mwenye I would have chosen not to speak to for the rest of my life because the way he hurt me wasn't really right. Because you can't do that to someone who you care about or you do whatever you get. But it's something I choose to rub because it's not like I choose to live with the guilt of huyu mtu amenifanyia hivi, he's put me in this position and all. I sought closure. I wanted to know what happened. And I got the closure and I was comfortable about it. And that's what made me keep on talking to this guy in as much as he wants me back.
What was that closure?
So,
What would make you forgive such an action? What? Me, I want to know.
I also wanted to
Because
ask
how?
the same.
Hey,
That's why I've told you I have a forgiving heart. Mi uko sana na
and you're
watu
on
in-
drugs too. Cause we. Okay, I understand. Funny enough, I also forgive people quite quickly. My sister pisses me off all the time, and I wake up and I'm like,
I love
tunaenda
you.
wapi leo? You know, but Camille, I feel like forgiveness, especially in relationships for lovers, it's a personal perspective. That's a personal objective. For you to wake up and actually say that this person hurt me this much, but I'll forgive them, that has to be an very much individual
true.
action. Because mimi, believe me, I know people who hate each other na hata wakuumizwa hivyo vibaya.
Kama mimi surely. Do you know how it took me to heal? Do you know why I'm a strong lady right now? Do you know why? Because I took my time to feel the pain and to heal. And it took me 6 months, which I don't care what utasema. Kai, 6 months. Yeah, it took me 6 months.
Let me ask all of you. Can you forgive cheating?
No. You can forgive.
I can
But
forgive,
don't go
but I
back.
can't go back to it.
Don't go back. That's dumb. You're stupid. Don't go back.
No, that's the difference between
Unless
Mhm.
the cheatee, there's the cheater and the cheatee.
Mhm.
Unless the cheatee is the one who approached you. You know, if you're my boyfriend and you come tell me like, this girl was on to me, this and that happened, it will make sense. But as long as you're being truthful about it, it will make sense. But don't come tell me that she came on to me, she kissed me, and I kinda kissed her back. Bloody idiot. No. Are you a salamander? Are you licking each other? No.
If you kissed back, you wanted it.
You wanted it to happen.
She came
Ati,
on.
kwani alitegwa na mawe. You wanted it to happen. You know, but if you come tell me like, oh, you know, like I was at a party, I was just talking to my boys, and then this girl came and grabbed me and kissed me, but I pushed back, I'll be like, take me to the girl. I don't even want to talk to you. You take me to the girl.
What are you going to say?
Okay, Gigi, let me tell you. Are you that person? Are you that person who you'll approach this person because she's messing up with your person?
With my man.
Yeah.
If she's the one causing trouble, I will go for her.
Good girl, shake my hand.
If the nigga is just over there looking like Rapunzel, waiting for her hair to be dropped down apandiwe huko juu, tutakosana na kijana. Because it doesn't make sense. So yeah, that's my point of view. Unajua tumeenda off topic kama mjui.
Unajua lakini unajua at times there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. I have okay, let's get to friendship. Have you dealt okay, I'll go first. Like the thing is have you been through a breakup with your friends and whatever? Okay, for me I have, and it's so recent. I've had a friend who I've been there for her for a very long time. And I've always shown up whenever she needed me. I've always done whatever I can just to be there for her. And it reached a point where she was making certain decisions in her life that really made people who know like we are close, people are coming to tell me, hey Kami, niaje, like umeacha beshte yako ako hivi, why is your friend doing this and you doing. I felt like because people are comfortable telling me about it, then I should talk to my friend and maybe see if she can change on whatever she's doing. And when I made the initiative of talking to her and asking her like, why are you doing this? Or people are telling me you're doing this, why are you ending up like the person you are right now? You know what she told me? She told me, Ati, you stopped checking up on me. You stopped calling. And I'm like, how many times have I told you to come to school and see me? Or how many times have I told you to come, we go out on a lunch date or a picnic and you never showed up?
Before you even picnic yourself, are you her mother?
Exactly.
I asked
Exactly. Am I? But let me tell you, for the kind of heart I have, I do care about the people who surround my life, you get.
Yeah.
So the fact that I chose to talk to her and not talk about her is something she should really appreciate. Like, I am not that friend who will listen to what people say and then deliver the message to other people, you get. But the fact that she's telling me I wasn't there for her, that's why she turned out the way she did, I chose to walk out of it because a lot of times she's been through the worst, which I really wouldn't want to be in her shoe. But the fact that I always made time to always be there for her, even Watonye who hang out now, when she gets the problem, the whatevers, she calls me, she doesn't call them, but I still make time. So I saw like this is not a person who's going to make me choose her every time and not make me choose myself. So I feel like people like everyone, like the youth out there, like don't lean in on a friendship that you are the only one who's giving it you all. This person is not doing it. Yeah, that's my story.
What?
One-sided expectation.
Funny enough, I'm in kind of the same of a situation, but you see, by the time I pull myself out of a relationship with anyone, including my own mother, I tell them why I'm leaving. You know, I'm leaving because, well, you like chicken steak, I like skin. You know, I make myself very clear. And you see, like a situation, Camilla, I think it's not right for someone to obligate you for their happiness.
Exactly.
In whatever relationship, family, lovers, friends, it's not right. Because that means the day you won't be available and she's depressed, you're gonna be the reason.
Yeah.
And that's wrong. Because what if I die? Will you die with me?
No, I won't.
She might. But but it's not right. Like, it's not right, kabisa. Because the thing is, I also used to be the one who shows up. You know, I used to be the one who runs when they're called and all that. And yes, they do the same for me. But then it reached that point, you become the punching bag, the stress point. Something goes wrong with them on that side, they come running to you. And the day you won't show up, you will be the problem.
Yeah.
And I think it's just sad and annoying.
Very sad, very sad.
Very annoying.
For me, like, I'm so understanding, but sometimes that understanding, when I become tired, nitafika mwisho.
Exactly.
Like, I try to tolerate you with all your messed up things, because none of us is okay. We're all messed up. So I try to understand you. I try to even, like, show you how I care, you see. But then when I do too much, and consistency is good, but when no one is clapping for you, you get tired. You
That's
see.
very true.
Hey,
Shake my hand.
Mr. Portman.
Acknowledging your
But that's true. Makes a lot
Yeah,
of
no one is
sense.
acknowledging your efforts. You see, you need someone. So yeah, I understand, but I quit when I see that
it's
I'm
too
the
much.
only one. Yeah.
People realize they've lost a good thing when you leave.
Exactly.
When you're there, no one realizes how good you are to them.
Terry, anything you have to say?
Honestly, on the friendship basis thingy, like, it's normal to fall out with people, yes, but at the end of the day, Seti, you always ingia into the friendship to, like, you guys to hurt each other, plus things go vitu tu zinaendanga ziki progress until, like, when I really agree with Kiaria when he said that, and G when she said, like, about the punching bag, because every time if they had a problem, they'd be like, and you had a problem, and kwanza, if, let's say for example, someone addressed it first, her or him, he addressed it first. So if you also have your own issue, you can't just go, unajua ile mnananga kuongea na mtu alafu mko hey Camille, this and this has been happened to me, alafu instead ya Camille anisikize yako, imagine hadi mimi
empathetic people, they're called empathetic
imagine hadi
people.
mimi nikaile, it reaches a point I'm like, I'm always there for you,
Yeah.
but when I bring my problems to you,
Pia ni wewe.
it's everything ni wewe tu, but that's when, like, people feel like, for real, hakuna haja basi kama wewe uko hivi, mbona pia mimi nikulete shida zangu na wewe haunisikizi, unataka tu kusikizwa. And people get tired, you get tired, and that is one of the causes that makes things inakuwa weird. Unaanza hata kufeel ni kama hakuna haja. So honestly, we just have to work towards, like, listening to each other, loving each other, looking out for each other, and it's all about a two-way thing. All I can say.
Okay, thank you for tuning in to Talk It Out. This was episode 3, part 2 of part 2. We hope to see you next time when we will be doing another greater show.
Stay Taliban, guys.
Hata Dubai hujafika, but no. Taliban.
Yeah?